the Town, brought to you by Uniquely Nelson. I'm Chris Butler, and alongside me, once again, Simon Duffy, who's the General Manager of Uniquely Nelson. Nice to see you here. We're also joined here by Toby O'Sullivan. Nice to see you here, Toby. General Manager, is that right, of the Nelson office, or how do you describe your position?
Yeah, just the regional manager.
Regional Manager, okay.
Yep, so, yep.
We can pump it up more if you like, but
Yeah, also GM, eh? That sounds pretty good.
That's right.
I'll get in, get in trouble with my boss there, but
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And Gerard Casey from Isaac Construction. Nice to have you here, mate.
Thank you. Yes, my role is Stakeholder Manager.
Right, very good.
So, yeah.
But also you've got kind of like a communication manager's role as well. Is that right? You tend to get in front of the public communication quite a bit?
Yeah, I tend to describe my role as bridge building and troubleshooting.
Right.
And someone has also described it as chief whack-a-mole. So that's one of the things that I have to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I suppose a cool fact about Jed's role is like a stakeholder manager. Effectively, to be a stakeholder manager, you have to also you have to manage communication, but also engagement to be called a stakeholder manager. So they're the two main purposes of Jed's role on the project, really. So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that on Bridge Street next couple of months.
Yeah.
That's right.
Fun. Cool.
Isaac, big history, Isaac Construction. So it goes back a long way. Can you tell us a little bit about the history?
Yeah, sure. Thanks very much, Chris and Simon. So Isaac Construction has a really rich history. So this year we're actually celebrating our 75th year as a business. So that means we've been around since 1950. So our origins is a pretty cool story. We're started by a family company, started by Sir Neil Isaac and Lady Diana Isaac. So Sir Neil was from Timaru in South Canterbury, and Sir Neil went overseas where he met Lady Diana, and they moved back to Christchurch and continued their contracting business, but setting themselves up a base just behind the Christchurch airport, where they purchased some land and continued to grow the civil business. They got into road servicing, opened a quarry, and generally started to complete most aspects of civil construction, which is really exciting. And then, unfortunately, Sir Neil Isaac passed away, and a wee while after that, Lady Diana Isaac passed away. But they both had a very massive passion for conservation, and through that passion, they actually, when they used a section of land and as a quarry, they started turning those quarries back into conservation parks for the likes of breeding native birds and other things like pikikos and things like that to kind of give back to the environment, which they were really passionate about. And so when they unfortunately passed, they didn't have any children to leave the construction business to. So what actually happened is they left the business, which is now governed by a board. And that business is that trust is called the Isaac Conservation Trust, which goes into works of conservation, where we breed the likes of the blue teal duck, the Theo. We also breed the likes of the black stilt, which is critically endangered. And I suppose locally to Nelson, we've been key to restoring the population of the orange-faced parakeet, which is in the Brook Sanctuary, which we're really happy to say is thriving in that environment and more or less coming back from the brink of extinction. So that's really cool.
Exceptional work they've been doing at the Brook. And so you sponsor their conservation activity up there, along with the other work they're doing up there?
Yeah, so we do a little bit of sponsorship there as well, but we do some work in kind to help maintain their access roads and the likes around the Brook Sanctuary. But yeah, it's more or less just that, making sure we have that guardianship, I suppose, of looking after those birds and make sure that population's restored. So
it's pretty unique, isn't it, to have, a big construction company that actually the end result is actually funding conservation activities, isn't it? It's very unique. I wouldn't. I've heard that before. Yeah, right from the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And we probably don't tell that story well enough as a business, but we operate like every other business. We still pay tax and do everything above board, but yeah, it's just a really cool why, right? Like, why do we come to work? Why are we getting out of bed to, do this work? And for me, we're doing this work, to generate, deliver a good job, but also to give back to our community and our environment ultimately. So yeah.
So when I first heard of Isaac Construction probably about a year ago and met Jed and the Bridge to Better project and so forth. But when did Isaac first come to Nelson? You actually established here in Nelson before this project.
Yeah.
So what actually drew you here?
Yeah, that's a good question. So really we first established in Nelson recently in August 22 following the flood events. So we came up here to provide some more resource, I suppose, to kind of get Nelson and Tasman back on track following that rain event, where we completed a few flood recovery projects, which is great. But yeah, what drew me to Nelson, mate, is the weather, the beaches, and
The lifestyle.
and the lifestyle, right?
So you've immigrated to Nelson. You're originally from down south, or?
Yeah. So I've done most of my career in the UK and Christchurch.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I've actually moved up to Nelson with my family. We've been here now for just over 3 years, and very much loving it, and really enjoying the Nelson community.
And you have a young family?
Yeah, got a young family. I've got a 3-year-old girl who's at preschool, and I'm lucky enough to have twin boys who are just over a year old. So there must be something in the water in Nelson.
Yeah, that's right. That would keep you busy, that's for sure. Jed, you've obviously seen the company grow over the years. So, compared to what the company used to do, what does the operation look like today?
Well, I'm a newbie, really. I've been
is that
with the
right?
company 3.5 years, so I had no background in construction at all, apart from I used to swear at people that put all the road cones out. And then 3 years ago, I got shoulder tapped to go to Dunedin and work on the project down there. So for me, it's been a real eye-opener working within construction. And like a lot of the public, you swear at road cones and all the activities that go on. But when you start getting involved in what goes on within the construction industry and infrastructure building, it's really fascinating what goes on. For me, the opportunity to work with Isaac Construction was something that was, it's a role that I can really get engaged in. The longer I've been involved with Isaacs, there's that family feel about where we're working, and I think coming from Dunedin and then coming into Nelson and working with a young group of people, so I've risen the average age of the team up here, and I like to think of a little bit of life experience, and it's just great being part of a group. The sustainability side, is all there, and so. Yeah, I have to admit, and I apologise, I have come from Dunedin, and I have to say that I'll always be a Highlanders and Otago supporter. So
that's right. So it's normally Nelsonian second team,
Toby, tell us about some of the key projects Isaac Construction has been involved in. Obviously, we touched on George Street in Dunedin. Is that and now you've got the contract with Nelson City Council for the Bridge to Better. What other big projects you've been involved in to get to where you are?
Yeah, for sure.
Because this is a big project.
Yeah, for sure.
You obviously got skin in the game. Let's give a bit of history on some of the projects.
Yeah, that's right. So, one of the reasons we've been selected as the preferred contractor for Bridge Street is our track record. So, when I started with Isaacs, our first project was the Rolleston Town Centre, just located out of Christchurch. So I was going through and revamping the town centre there, and from that we went on to deliver George Street, which was a big project for our company and for our people, which Jed was involved in, where we revamped the main street of Dunedin, and that was quite a successful project at the end. And then we've gone from there up to Christchurch, and we've been lucky enough to be involved with the Christchurch City Council and the delivery of the Takaha project, which is all of the roads around the new stadium going in, One Stadium, I think it's called. So, and that's been a really good project, and I suppose the thing that's really led us well on that is that stakeholder engagement, and that's why Jed's going to be key for bringing that experience from George Street, but also and then maintaining that stakeholder communication through resident delivery.
It's vital. Especially a smaller city like ours, it is all communications, mainly because everyone else is communicating with each other. Everyone knows everybody. So that's great.
I mean, you did mention the why with your conservation work, but what do you think is the main thing that Isaac prides themselves on?
Yeah. So yeah, Isaac Construction really pride themselves on our people, right? So like people are our business. So like coming to Nelson, we've had to train our team, train new resource to deliver the work. But yeah, definitely we have the highest percentage of our staff trade certified out of any civil contractor in the country. We are most, I think, just over 40% of our staff are studying towards a further qualification. I'm teaching this old dog some new tricks. I've got him.
The computer.
Are they letting you on a digger? Are they? Or...
I've had a play on a digger, which was pretty exciting. But
yeah, better.
Toby decided that I should get my Class 2 driver's license.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm under intensive training at the moment, but so
just in case they get a bit short-handed on it.
Yeah.
but there is, you know, I think there is opportunity. I've been I was put on a leadership training course, and I think there's opportunity when you come into Isaac's. If you want a career, you want to grow yourself personally and professionally, there's that opportunity within the company. No one says because you start at the bottom that you will stay at the bottom. I think you can always progress. I think that's what's great about the company. You know, they want you to be better than you are coming in.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great aspiration. Great for people, young people coming into a business and thinking, where do I go? Can I make a career here? Or is it just going to be short term? Yeah. No, I think if you want to be long lasting, I think who's our longest is Murray's been here.
Yeah, so one of the members of our team is one of the longest standing Isaac employees. So he travelled up to Christchurch with me 3 years ago. His name's Murray Powers. He's been with the business almost 47 years this year. So that's awesome.
So just about from the beginning, really, isn't it? Yeah.
That's that ethos with any successful company, I believe, is that investment or upskilling people is an investment in the company, not just short term, but long term.
Yeah.
And
I think one of the strengths we've got is it's not that corporate. While we're branded, while we have Isaac on our t-shirts, which we wear proudly, I think the other thing is we're not that corporate person. We have things that we uphold, but we're also relatable. You know, we want to understand that when something happens, when we go onto a site, that we are part of that whole site. So if anything happens within the businesses on the site, we will feel that as well, because we're part of the family of the site.
We must make mention that we're coming from the shop window of Noel Leeming, which is actually on Bridge Street. So that's part of the reason that we're coming to you from here this morning. And very professional. They've given us a podium and speaking on the people that you train and people getting involved. If people do want to get involved or contact you guys, what's the best way of going about that?
Yeah, so the best way to get in contact with us, if it's relating to the project or just opportunities within Isaacs, would definitely be contact us through our website. So there's a page on there for opportunities, but there's an email address there as well to register any expression. But there's also a phone number there as well through to our reception, and they'll put you through the right person to talk to and answer any queries that you might have regarding.
So the crew that's here, you got about 25 here in Nelson in the office presently. Are you still looking for staff?
Yeah,
as the project progresses?
We're currently, I suppose the important thing for us is as we deliver Bridge Street, it's a legacy project, right? So when we deliver this project, we want to develop legacy people out of the back end of it that are able to deliver projects for the Nelson City Council and Tasman District Council going forward, right?
Yep.
So we've actually got the role out there for 3 construction apprentices at the moment, which we're looking to train up on the Bridge Street project. So when they come out the end of that, they're competent people that can add to the industry here in Nelson and Tasman. And also, we've got a further 9 roles out there at the moment for the likes of construction supervisors and project engineers, which are more or less specialty skills which we need to bring in to make sure we deliver the project well.
And quite a large percentage of the 25 is a mix from outside Nelson and also locals.
So,
Working.
yeah, 18 of our team currently are all local. So we've got 7 who are currently traveling at the moment. But the idea is that we want to have most of our team from Isaacs local while we deliver Bridge Street. But there will be, and then work with local subcontractors to deliver the work where possible.
Cool.
Great,
Thanks,
thanks.
David.
Thank you very much. Well, a big thanks to Toby and Jed for joining us today
you.
from Isaac
Thank you.
Construction. You can learn more about their work at isaac.co.nz. And thank you very much for joining us today on Talk of the Town. We'll be back soon with more stories from the Nelson CBD.